that we cannot take out from our list. So let's listen to something. The truth is about this world. The world is spiritual. Um, in the mouth of the human, you can hear a lot of things if he's really saying good things or bad things. And then you can hear another thing if he's saying the things only for the body, or if he's saying the things also for the soul. These are two different things. If a politician say tomorrow we will change things, and then the day comes and the things are not changed, this means that the politician is a liar. If a politician say after 1 year uh, change will come because of migration problems or food, and you see there is nothing, there is no change coming, this means this guy is making politics. But he said it already, but he said it only for the people in flesh and the people who believe it. But a spiritual man, it's the same things like they say now. Yes, we will change the world because of the problems that we have with the weather, earthquakes, wind problems, fire everywhere. They say they need $10 billion, and they can change the world. It's also not. It's also a lie. So the thing that I want to say is, we have politicians in Africa. They cannot rule over Africa. We see G7 people, white people, sitting down in G7 conferences and talk about Africa, like Africa is their homeland, and they can discuss about everything, and yes, ruling over us. And no black president was there and could say no, I don't want this, and could discuss with them. The thing is, it's in the spiritual. The problem is the spiritual problem, and it starts in Kemet. It starts in Egypt. If you see today, we have Brother Polite, we have all these Pan Africanists, we have all these presidents, and many Africans. They talk about Kemet. They say that Kemet is their home. Kemet is the start and the beginning of life. This is a total lie. Why we have people like Albert Pike, why we have people like Freemasons, why we have all Satanists on this world showing off pyramids, showing off Illuminati signs, one eye sign, showing off that they come from Egypt, or that they have this Egyptian spirit. If Egypt would be for the Negroes, it can't be. It can't be. Egypt is not for the Negroes. Egypt was never for the Negroes, and Egypt will never be for the Negroes. Egypt is belongs to ancient Babylonian. We have to know when did everything start. The things did not start in Egypt at all. We have Nimrod, a god, human god, that fought against Yah. Yah's people starts building up from Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan, up to Egypt, to he went even to Asia. Yeah, this is Nimrod's kingdom. Arabia, Asia. This was Nimrod's kingdom. So we have Egyptians, we have Sudanese, we have Somalians, we have Indians. Yeah, India, Indo-Kush. This is the Asian to Iraq. Yeah, this is the Asian Babylonian kingdom, the first kingdom that fought against the Most High. And who was this people? We call this Kemeta, Mizraim, Hamitic people. Hamitic people. This Hamitic people also, we have some of them later on as pharaohs, Sudanese, Somalians, Eritrea, etc., etc. All these people there you see in the northern part of Africa or northeast, even up to the West Africa, yeah, even up to West Africa, Gambia, Senegal, Togo, etc., even up to the western coast of Africa, Nigerian, some of them. That's why we call them the alien nations. Yeah, the Fulani. That's why we call them the alien nations. Why do these people have this name? It's because they are totally different, and these people are not Negroes. They are not Negroes. These people are not Negroes. So, if we're talking about ancient Egypt and our people now, today, they say, ooh, Africa must be unite. We should know first that Africa was never unite. Africa was never united. So how can be African unite? So if we talk about African, the united Africa, me and my people, Bana Beto, Bena Congo, yeah, Imana, yeah, our Tatanzambi, yeah, we are talking about a united kingdom of Africa in spirit. Hallo. Ich muss es liegen, ja? Excuse me, today I have a lot of customers here and I'm alone here because tomorrow I travel to Africa. Huh? Okay, we're talking about the United Kingdom of Africa in spirit. In spirit. Because Africa was never united. Never. So, this is the problem that we have today, yeah, with these people like Malema. This is the problem that we have today with the people like these Pan-Africanists. The Pan-Africanists, they're talking about a united Africa. Now I want to give you some examples. In the time of slavery of Muhammad, who was the people that gave weapons to the Fulanis, to the people from the North Africa, Moroccans, Togolese, and Senegalese? Who was these people that gave the people to the so-called Somalis and all these people to fight the Bantu people? Who fight the Bantu people and took the Bantu people as slaves and sold them to the white man? Did the Bantu sold themselves? Is this the truth? Or did the other nations in Africa sold the Bantu people into slavery? This is a good question, huh? This is one of the easiest questions to answer, because everyone knows, yeah, that African, yeah, so-called Hamitic people, so-called people that are Fulanis, Senegalese, all these Hamitic people enslaved our Bantu people into captivity still today in the New Egypt in America. Now we have the second Egypt and the second Babylon that is not only America but the whole world. So you have the same people that you have in Africa that went over to be the Moors, that went over to take white women, and today they are the Arabs, today they are the Iraqis, today they are even, listen carefully, yeah, the people from India and the Asiatic people. So we have some people in Africa, they are so wicked. They are so wicked and they don't share the same spirit with us. Back to the Bible. The Bible says in this part, Mizraim or Egypt will be never ruling again. Never again Egypt can rule. Babylon will never rule again. Assyria, all of them, they will never rule again. Never. So this means if we're talking about a rulership in Africa, we are talking about something pure. Something what is pure. And if it's Malema, yeah, we are Pan-African. You are a Pan-African. You are a Pan-African, because if I ask you, you are a Pan-African, and I ask you why you do not talk about God, it's because you don't believe on God. And if you talk about God, your God has no name, it's Egyptian gods. and the Egyptian gods are not our gods. This is the problem, because our people learn sorcery from them. We have people like the Baluba people. We have people like Bakongo people. We have even the Luba tribes. We have tribes to Cameroon and everywhere, Ghana and everywhere. All of us had problems with the Hamitic people. The Hamitic people was the main problem, yeah, of our African Bantu people. Our forefathers never accepted the Hamitic people. The Hamitic people wanted our wives. They took out our to slaves as slaves in time of Assyria. And every time, if you read, we had problems. We had problems against the neighbors from us, not people from far away. Japhet came to Africa in the 1600s because the Hamitic people give them weapons. The Hamitic people told them, excuse me, about people that lives far behind the mountains, and these people have no protection because their God is no more with them. So you have some wicked people today, like this Malema, because like this I think he's a good guy, but in I have a spiritual eye. It's like you say TB Joshua healed someone. Yes, thank you that you healed someone, TB Joshua, but you are associate, man. You are associate. It's the same with these presidents that we have in Africa. You can see that they talk about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is not bad if you see the movement, what they want to change. But in the spiritual way, you will see they are sorcerers. They using, Egyptian gods to fight for Africa. But also the white people using Egyptian gods to fight against Africa. So this make no sense. This make no sense. That's why you have in Sudan our women's are jumping over walls naked, are jumping to houses over houses because they was raped by Sudanese Central African people. In Morocco, they're raping our mans. In Algeria, in Egyptian, we are slaves still today. So how can that be? Are these people, are they white? No. And if you ask them why you enslave your own people. They have even names for the Bantu people. Slave names for the Bantu people. They have names for us. Because it was always like this, even before Muhammad and the Islam came to them. They was our enemy. And now with the Islam, they become more worse than before. And you have white nations. They never protect, they never using other nations like, let's say, like Bantu people, to fight for them. They're always using West African, Gambia, Senegalese, Togo to destroy Fula people, to come to destroy Africa. So they want these people to rule over Africa. That's why you see in Rwanda you have also Hamitic people coming to fight, in Eastern Congo, they put again a Hamitic president, like in Nigeria, like in Rwanda, like in Ghana, like everywhere, they put their own presidents that they choose because they know they come from them, even in flesh. They are the same people, only the color has changed. In the years, the color have changed. They become white. But in truth, these are the same people that lives in Africa and ruled over and fight against our kings. That's why you can see in eastern part of Congo, these people are raping our sisters, killing our brothers like they want, and no one cares. That's when the Bible is talking about Zephaniah 3 and 10, that beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, not in the western part of Africa, there where all Hamites lives, And they said beyond the rivers, up to southern Africa, there will be his kingdom, there where it was before. Beyond the rivers, beyond the hills of thousand mountains. Okay? So we have some people like Malema, yeah, liars, a liar, a pure liar. Yeah? Even Polite should be better because he's not living in Africa and he wants only Africa to be united. Even if he have this Egyptian spirit, he only knows in America because they have the half of truth. But what is with Malema? He really believes that if he take his child and he left his child with some Somalian families, that if he comes back, this child will be left like this, raped, killed. Yeah, they will do everything with this child. You will not believe because these people do not share the same spirit with us, and they never did. So the Most High did what? Because these people also fighting the scriptures, the Bible. The importance of the Bible is what? First, the Bible is not only a spiritual book. The Bible is also a historian book. So everyone is using the Bible for history also. Then we have some people like Polite or even these Pan-Africans say the Bible is a lie. So the first thing is, if the Bible is a lie, you should show me first some Pan-African books. This is the first thing. Yeah, some Pan-African books that was written before the Bible. Because the Bible is a weapon that can be used against the people that are they do not have too much power. They are not spiritually strong. You can use it as weapon. So if you use the Bible very carefully, these people will turn crazy. That's why the Bible was, even in the ancient time, only used by Catholic priests. By Catholic priests. Because inside the Bible is a lot of power, a lot of scriptures are there. They can twist everything and change everything in people's lives. That's why no one, even up to the 1980, non-African people or black people everywhere in the world could read the Bible. Because the Bible was expensive and the Bible was not for the humanity, only for the spiritual religious leaders. This means these religious leaders could use the Bible for political fights. That's why we had Alexander the Greek, we had the Spanish Inquisition, we have all of them, Napoleon, Caesar, all of them fought religious wars. Okay, all of them still today in the Middle East, we are fighting religious wars. That's why every world is looking up to Israel, Israel here, Israel there, Israel here, Israel there. And they can fight and kill Palestinian, Iraqians, and like they want and no one cares. The Bible is a weapon, yeah, that we cannot deny that is even a lot of scriptures inside twisted, changed. So this we cannot deny it. We cannot lie about no, the Bible is the full proof. It's the full truth. That's why the Most High always says to our prophets, the book that these people brought to us is our book. But because they changed some things, you have to read the book in spirit. If you don't know this book in spirit, please don't read it. It's better to not read in it, but to let some people read it for you that knows the Ruach. So you have some people outside there and say the Bible is is completely a lie. But after saying some words, they're taking again some references out of the Bible. They're saying again, and the Bible is written like this, and the Bible is written like this. So because the Bible is so old and is written by our forefathers, we cannot deny that our forefathers came from Egypt. Our people, our Bantu people, it was no white man as slave in Egypt. It was the Bantu people. We can take all the scholars outside there, Arabic imams. We can take the
How much is cost?
€5, Bamian. We can take a lot of very spiritual people and ask them. Yeah, we can take the people that have learned history, math. Who was who were the slaves in ancient Egypt? They will tell you it was the Bantu people. And the Bantu migration is the migration of Massa, Moses. Okay? This is the Bantu migration. There was no other people that migrate from Africa, from East Africa, yeah, to down to the western part of Africa or to the southern part of Africa. There was no other people.
No, das ist zu klein. Das ist small.
Yeah, there was no other people that did it. So we cannot deny it. We cannot change these things. So who was our enemy in this time? The same people that enslaved our people today in Sudan, yeah, that enslaved our people in Morocco, enslaved our people in Iran, the same people that rule over us today. And what is our Pan-African movement doing against this? Nothing. Our Pan-African movement is doing nothing against it. Nothing. They never say, yeah, why are you all you presidents Freemasons? They never attack the Freemason presidents. Why you attack? Why you not going against the African community all over Europe? Yeah, that they have a lot of money all over America, that have a lot of money and are not doing anything for Africa. The most scientific, the most learned people, the most people that did something here in his life career are people that believe on Egyptologists. They believe in strange gods. They believe in Pan-Africanism. What did these people do the last 400 years? Yeah, the last 400 years for our community. Nothing. So you have Malema, this blah 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 speaker, because he knows how to speak, because our people are totally blinded. People might think he would be our savior. A lie. A lie. Because these people share the same spirit. In a normal way, we are all human. But if we go to the spiritual part, you directly will see, oh, this guy, Amun Ra, and here, Nimrod, and here. You see, they worship puppets. You see, they have no power of the Most High. But Africa belongs to the Most High, to the Bana Bantu. Bana Beto. These people that are destroyed in the four corners of the world. This is their land. This is their where Adam and Eve come from. And we don't care about these other nations. The Most High say to us, we should be better than them. That's why this other nation never become the same truth like us, the same commandments. There was always different. There was always different. And that's why we have the wars inside Africa. And later, these people became the nations from Africa. Yeah? So, because even science is saying us, the migration started in Africa. We cannot deny it. We cannot deny it. So, these people were all black. These people were all black. So, if migration started in Africa, who are the nations today? And who share the same spirit like us? And who share the same spirit like the Babylonians or the Egyptians or the Assyrians or the Romans, then Greeks? Okay, this is the question that we have. So we have a lot of problems in Africa because of the Congo, of the Bena Congo, Bena Bantu, Mana Umuntu, called their highest priest that we call Isaiah Congo. Mana Umuntu means the son of man, the son of the angels, the gods on earth. And these other gods are fighting us with their full power, and no one do understand that these people never will worship our God till the end if we become our position. If we do not become our position on earth, this means the American people came back to their home. From China, all our spiritual leaders coming back, our spiritual children that went into slavery. Yeah. And if the Gentiles that also do not come back, that these people will save, Yeah. Then later you will see these Hamitic people that also went into slavery. These people will never rule over us, but all of them will worship our God. They will worship our power. Okay? But in this time right here, you can see many people jumping in boats and going to Europe, going to America, all Hamites. They would never accept the Congo to be free. They will never accept South Africa to be free. They will never accept Angola to be free. They will never accept the southern parts, the sub-Saharan part of Africa to be free. Because the Most High is living there. Yeah? And they will never accept it like Ghana is free. Nigeria is doing long time ago business with white people. Many Freemasons coming out of there. But the sub-Saharan people, Africans, leaders, they have the most problem in Africa. The white people is doing nothing in sub-Saharan part of Africa, only taking goods, using other Africans to fight against the sub-Saharan people. It was always like this because they are the sub-Saharan people. In blood, you will find the same blood that the sub-Saharan, the western coast of African people has, or the eastern coast of African people have in Arabia. You will find it in Europe. You will find it all over the world. But not the pure Bantu DNA. We are humans. We are not mutants or aliens. These people also called aliens, the alien nations. And hey, brothers and sisters, it's deep. It's deep. So, back to the Bible. Why did these people never share the Bible to everyone? So, people like Luther has to come in Europe, in Germany, to fight against Catholic priests because they saw that these people are using the Bible many of years against all humankind. All humankind. Luther even wrote about in his Luther Bible about the Moors. You cannot find these things in other Bibles because he knows he fought the so-called Ashkenazim. I don't want to say the other name because I don't want this people, YouTube to cut my videos. He fought this Sephardic, so-called Sephardic and Ashkenazim. They call it Yod and ends with S people. You see, he did not want them. Hitler did not want them because of this book. The book, they used this book to know where our treasures are in Africa. This is not only a history book, it is a map. So even Islam used the book to build up the Quran. Okay? So this book was a big old weapon that was even never allowed some people to read out of it. Still today people do not understand, yeah, that this book has to be changed, because if you not change the book, yeah, you can find out who is your enemy, because the enemy wrote the book that he took from our ancestors, and now the book is saying things against him. The same book that he wrote is saying everything that is against him, because he's cursed that he's white. He's cursed that he's living in lands without fruit, without water. He has to eat. He has to fight wars. He has to kill himself. He can build out houses like he wants, but he will be destroyed forever. He's sleeping with dogs. He's sleeping with mother. He's doing sorcery. This is what the book says about these nations. So then you have these Pan-Africanists. The book is a lie. The book is a lie. Then you start. When did your Pan-African movement start? It starts with Sheikh Anta Diop, a Senegalese guy. Ah, yeah. What kind of spirit did he share? Yes, he learned and he knows that the Egyptians were black, etc. But the white people know it before him. So we have a problem here. We have a big problem here. It's the problem of the Ruach. Our Ruach is different from them. Our sign is different from them. That's why we have a king and kings that came down to showing us even your mother can be your enemy. Even your children can be your enemy. We saw it in King David. Yeah, and his children, what happened to them. He says that we have to be careful to judge because now he's looking who is who. Do you understand? Now he's searching in your body, in your spirit, who is who can make it into his kingdom.
How much is the garlic?
250.
Pardon?
250.
250.
Yes. So he's searching who can make it into his kingdom. Who is his will? Who is his children? Because he saw the wickedness in the world. Now, this means, for example, how can there be that someone, yeah, that you love, like a daughter or your son, become an enemy to you? So we ourselves, we have to be careful who is our enemy in our community by the same people. That's why you have the wars in Europe. They do not no one, even if they have this so-called serpent spirit, this so-called serpent spirit, but you have different kind of people inside these nations, and everyone have his heart. That's why he say now, because if you are spiritual, you know that humans will be judged by angels or gods above. So you know that you yourself, you are a spirit that came down to become flesh. You will know that it's all about, yeah, your behavior, what you're doing, what you say, what you do in this life. Then later you will be judged. It's upon every.
Why are you crying?
Hey, I'm selling and I don't have time because I'm live.
Okay.
Okay, I'm giving you your bamia, then you can go. No, this. Yeah, thank you. For your for the 6 cents. Now,
I need
If-
someone from there.
I don't know the price of it.
Yeah?
So here's the price.
I know who is this woman here.
Here, I don't know where she is. There's the price, €7, please. So you have this. You have inside Yah's people. Yeah, that's why Massa had all these problems. That's why Massa said our own people, we're going to after strange gods. You have inside our own people, our own families. You have wicked people inside of them. That's why the Ruach says, the host says, we have to separate the humans, not because of color, not because of nations, but yes, the Bena Congo, Bena Babantu, the pure human seed must rule over the other nations. So I'm selling now here because I have here a customer. He tried to my spirit that I'm spread out is not for him, because I see he's fighting the spirit here. Thank you.